Hello, this is Eli Brown here for the PCCO 2026 Round 1. Let's get into it. Teeing off here at 12:10. This is hole 1. Trying to throw a little flex shot on this 339 foot par 3. Throw it a little early and maybe a little low. Missed the upshot sadly, but take a par. Pretty simple par. Hole 2 here, par 4. Not too long of a par 4, but just try and get a hyzer around the corner. That one might be a little long, which it is a little bit, but I should still have a little something. It's a little bit of a tricky shot that I haven't dealt with. Try and go up and over. Sadly, I hit something coming through there. Rolls all the way down the hill, but as you see, it's curling up nicely, which then leads me with what should be a simple up and down to try and save my par. Throwing a little zone through the line I wanted, just a little bit short, but overall I still have a look. Just missed it a little left, but
There's no tree.
not quite exactly what I'm looking for. But it's early in the enough in the round where I can get something going later. All right, hole 3 here, about a 370 foot par 3. Throwing my Athena here, just trying to keep it controlled, not going too long. And I thought it was originally short, but as we walk up here, I realized it's actually really close to the basket, so worked out really nicely for me. So moving on to hole 4, short little par 3 down this corridor. Left and right is a hillside with some trees in it. Sadly, I yank it a little bit, hits that stuff, kind of just drops down, maybe a little bit right of where it hit, but really tricky spot. Basically the best I could do was what I did there, and trying to pitch it up to try and just limit it to a single bogey, and that should do it. Short little putt, just got a little bit of headwind. And just barely yank it. Sadly, that'll be a double bogey. But, yep. We are on hole 5, par 4. Trying to just put myself in position. I threw my zone off the tee, but it pushed a little straight. Sadly, it'll be a little right on that right side. Really tricky shot here. Just try and get myself back into position with my force, and it all works out nicely. And I have a long jump putt from deep side of C2 maybe to maybe even just fairway. Right up the top. Good bid though, but easy cleanup for the par is what it should be. Yep, there we go. A little left side, but it's in. Alright. Tough par 4. I believe it's close to 600 feet. Just try and get myself down there in the open part of the fairway. Threw it a little low, a little too much anhyzer, and it cut rolled a little bit to the left, so left with a tricky lie. Still about 300. I range finded it to about 303 feet to the tree on pin high left. So I just gotta swing it in there, and that is about as perfect as I could do it from where I was at. Threw my force on a little flex shot, skipped up there nicely. I'll have this look for the birdie. Still right side, but it's in. That's all that matters. We got the birdie. This puts me to 1 over par right here. Alright, hole 7. Just trying to skip this one up around the corner. Pretty tricky hole. Came up a little short of where you want to land it. Didn't quite give it the pop, but overall, still got a look here. It is a little scary with the slope that I have in front of me with any possible rollaways, but not a bad run. Should be an easy cleanup for the par. Easy does it. Moving on to hole 8. 351 foot, par 3. Just trying to throw a little forehand flex with my DD3, and I really release it a little bit, but fortunately it sneaks through the woods and leaves me with a awkward putt up here. Just trying to figure out my stance, but eventually find to a place that's somewhat comfortable to try and make my putt. Oh, this is the worst feeling. The best feeling putts, but just not quite it. Tap that in. Moving on to hole 9. Hole 9, 900 foot, par 5. Just trying to throw my zone off the tee. You want to get out of the gap and just basically go straight left, but you don't want to go too long straight where you got this grass, and it kind of just pinches your gap right here that you got. Throwing my cloud breaker just a little inside, but overall was it what I felt like was a good shot, but just overturned it a little bit, and kind of just left to pitch it up sadly and try and save my par from here on out. And then I got about, let's say 120, maybe 140 feet. So I'd put it at what I got right there. Pretty simple up and down. Should be able to walk away with the par. Through the front 9, still +1. Not off to the start I'm hoping for. Just trying to get going a little bit more. Going into hole 10. Sharp dog leg right. About 350 feet. Sadly, I throw it a little left and just am left to try and scramble my par. Do have some low branches, trying to get them underneath, and I skip it up there nicely. Just gonna tap in my par.
Sorry guys.
Alright. Hole 11. Tough par 4, just trying to get it out there in that gap. Sadly, I just yank it over to the right side. Not in a favorable area either. Trying to just pitch out the best I can from here. Threw it a little high, almost stalled back, but a fortunate little roll out to the left, and then long. I didn't range find it, but if I were to guess, probably 480 feet to the basket. Hit short left, those trees, but I have a look for try and save par from deep C2. Mid to deep C2 probably. Great bid. Ford unfortunately starts to roll away a little bit. Gotta have a little bit of a comebacker coming in to try and save the bogey. Not too bad though. Nasty spit out. Really thought it goes in, but it just didn't quite settle down enough. Hit those chains and push it out. Sad double bogey there. Trying to move on to hole 12. maybe I think it's 350-ish feet, par 3. Threw it a little early with my force and trying to make an Anheuser putt. Didn't quite do it. Just tapping in my par. Alright. It says on PDGA Live that it is a 320-ish foot par 3, but I think it's a little bit longer. Tricky shot. You can either go up and over left like what I did, or what I at least attempted to, and then, or you can go up the gut down the center. Came up a little bit short on that putt there. Still a good bid and able to walk away with par. Still at +3 at this point, trying to finish strong. I got 5 holes left. Trying to get possibly back to under par is what I'm hoping for. Tricky spot here. Looking through the woods, having to straddle way out left. Trying to make a tough putt, trying to spin it from a low place and left, and I sink it in from probably about 40-ish feet maybe. Great putt. Alright. Well, 14 here. No, 15. Sorry, my bad. 15. Tough one through the woods. Just trying to keep it down the fairway. Went a little right. And making a great scramble up and down. Just got to make a short putt now for the birdie. Great putt. And it puts me right now at +1 going into the final 3 holes. Still trying to shoot under par. Now we got the short little hole 16. Turn it over, sadly, just a little bit too much. And it is an island hole, so I went OB from the drop zone, maybe about a 40-footer, and hit it. Maybe 45, if I'm being a little generous with it. Good par save there. Got a birdie out if I want that under par. Now we got the long par 5. Believe it has it at about 1,000 feet. And trying to pitch it up to the gap. Great shot there. Little pinched off inside, so I'm having to try and go over top of the trees. As you can see me trying to line that up. Throwing my Excalibur. Nice and overstable disc. Flipped up a little too much on me, but still fading out nicely. And sadly it's in the bush. But I do have a little bit of a corridor through this. I have some branches in my face, so trying to maneuver the best I can through there. And about 300 feet away from the pin. And that was a great shot from there. A little flex shot with that force. Nicely. To about 3 feet maybe? Actually, that looks like less. That looks more like 2 feet to me. Alright, final hole. Even par. Trying to throw this nice and flat, maybe a little flex. Got it up a little high and is fading out, but overall great shot. Puts me out in the open. Coming back to my bag to grab my more overstable Excalibur, and got probably 300 feet to the pin maybe. give or take 20 feet. Good up and down. Put it to about 20 feet away for the birdie on the final hole. Good birdie there. Finished me at a 992, 1 under par. Tied for 22nd, just inside the cash line. Trying to make it up for championship Sunday and Saturday. See you guys in the next one.